Week on 2 News This Morning, we came across a report that women who wish to move up the ladder at work could be in for more of a challenge.
Ron looked into this. He wanted to get the perspective from Utah corporations. He's live on Gallivan Plaza right now with Melanie Jones, CEO of Women's Leadership Institute. Ron?
All right, guys, you may remember Melanie. She used to be with Utah Business Magazine as editor-in-chief, and yeah, you were incredible in that position, and now you're over the Women's Leadership Institute. So let's go back to the report we just made mention of, that women may be on a slower path to moving up. Is that really the case?
Sure. I mean, I think if you look at the last couple of years since COVID, there have been some factors that have made it easier for women to move up. Remote work, flex schedules. We realized as a business community that these things could actually work. But now there seems to be a little bit of a pendulum swing, and companies are calling for people to be back to the office full time.
Right.
And that does sort of slow that down.
Any other reasons that it's slowing down?
I think the cultural and political landscape are impacting it somewhat, but here in the state of Utah, there are companies who have always been committed to this cause well before it became popular, and those companies are still committed.
And what does the Women's Leadership Institute do? I know that, and we have photos of different events that you have, a lot of even classroom instruction.
Yes. So the Women's Leadership Institute is, it's a corporate partner. So we do two things to approach this issue. On the one hand, we make sure that women are prepared for these leadership positions. We have cohort-based training that is taught by the best of the best. So we have Gail Miller as one of our instructors. Supreme Court justices from the state of Utah are instructors in another course. And then on the other side, we partner with corporations as well. So companies that want to make sure they're being fair, that they're recognizing talent, even if it looks differently, we work with them through their policies and best practices to make sure they can recognize that talent.
Are we unique here in Utah with this Leadership Institute, or do other states around the country do the same type of thing?
Other states around the country have similar programs, I would guess, but what makes Utah unique is our priorities. We are a family-oriented state, and so that makes the way that we approach things just a little bit different.
Okay, and tell us about the Elevate Her campaign that you have going on.
Yes, the Elevate Her Challenge is a corporate challenge where companies can basically agree to take a pledge that they are going to elevate women within their company when they see talent. So it involves things like evaluate whether your company has a gender-based pay gap, and if it does, take steps to correct it. Then look at the percentage of women making decisions in your company, in decision-making roles. Does it seem fair? Is there someone missing from the conversation, somebody talented who's not at the table? Take some steps to make sure that person has a path.
Mm-hmm. Now, there's like classroom instruction and those kinds of things. What do you do in those classes?
Yeah, so the Career Development Series is our next series that kicks off in mid-January. It's been going 7 or 8 years, I would say, by this point. And we teach women in mid to senior level leadership positions things like decision-making, mental health, figuring out their own leadership style and how to lean into it, how to delegate, how to manage time. All of these qualities that are really important if you're going to lead strongly in your organization.
Now, how do women get involved in this?
So they can visit our website and apply. Applications are open right now for the Career Development Series. We also have a number of scholarships that have been funded by the business community. So it doesn't cost anything to apply, and we would love to see everybody out. We always have a Salt Lake City or a Salt Lake County cohort. This January, for the first time, we're adding a Utah County cohort as well. And
the Institute's been around since, what, 10 years ago is when they first started this, right?
Yes, we're in the middle of our, I think we're at almost 11 years now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And why was this brought about?
So Scott Anderson, former CEO of Zions Bank, he was looking at the research that came out of an organization called Wallet Hub that showed that Utah ranked dead last for women's equality in the entire country.
Oh.
And he was like, we got to do something about it.
So where are we now when it comes to that?
Let's not talk about that, Ron. we're still dead last, but we're working on it.
Okay, so it's things like what you're doing now that will pull us out of that,
Yes,
right?
we sure hope so. And to be fair, some of the metrics in the Wallet Hub study we care about, and some of them we don't care about. For example, you're penalized in the Wallet Hub study if women work fewer hours a week than men. And according to the Department of Workforce Services in Utah, women do work fewer hours here. I personally see that as a benefit because it means our companies are offering part-time roles to women, which for a certain phase of their children's life, they really need. So I think of that as an advantage.
So is it a cultural thing here then?
There are definitely some cultural elements to it, but nothing that we can't work through. We're family oriented, and anytime you implement policies in your company that are good for women, they're actually good for families.
And so I was reading over a few things about the Institute. You have what, like 300 business or corporate sponsors? That's quite a bit of support.
Yes. It's major companies that we all respect and admire, like Clyde companies, like Larry H. Miller, like Ken Garf. Fantastic companies who are on board with us and have been supporting us all along the way.
Yeah, well, incredible stuff. It's great talking to you. In fact, Melanie will be a regular contributor on the show, so we appreciate that. And the website?
We are the Women's Leadership Institute of Utah, so WLIUT.com.
Thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks for
Happy
having
holidays
me.
to you, and we'll see you next
In
month, I
January.
guess. Yeah. All
Okay.
right.